welcome to your preview and predictions for Crown Jewel with the Heel Heat and Wrestling with Honey. This is we're cutting in here on right in the line before the show starts. So this might be a quick one, just so y'all can hop on and watch that show.
This is a
Honestly,
crash course in predictions.
seriously, it's funny because the pre-show is really about to start, which is when the first match is going to start.
Oh
Yeah.
my God! Wait, yeah.
So yeah,
Love.
this one's right under the gun.
So let's see here. Preview. All right. So what we think is going to start the show? It's got to be a good one.
Sammy and JD.
Sammy
It's on the
and
pre-show.
Oh, there it is. The
From what I
pre-show.
heard.
Yeah, I just saw it.
Mhm.
All right. What y'all thinking on that match?
I'm going.
I don't think it matters. If that makes sense.
It kind of doesn't matter, but I'll go with JD just to say JD and just say fuck it. I feel like he has a win on his name in a minute. So
yeah, I think JD's they kind of need to push this whole him joining the Judgment Day thing a little bit more. So like him losing doesn't make sense. Sammy losing is kind of inconsequential because it's Saudi Arabia, but we all know what they do with people in their hometown. So
exactly.
Yeah, I agree. I think they need to keep JD storyline going with the Judgment Day. Where? Because it's been going on for how long now? So
Since he came earlier this year.
yeah.
So about to be the end of the year already, and it's still like just pull the damn.
He still is not an official member of the Judgment Day, and I'm not.
Yeah.
I don't understand what they're doing with that. But
I don't either. So
whatever.
we'll keep it with that, and we'll go on to the next one, which would be the Women's Championship: Io Sky versus Bianca Belair.
I feel like it's gonna be Io, even though I'm like Bianca makes sense, but I also think they may be saving this one for like down the road for Jade, and I feel like it's an easy flip from Io to Jade versus Bianca to Jade. So that's just I'm going with Io just because like she's a solid placeholder, I guess, because they really don't have any other plans for that title.
I am going with Io as well. Oh my God, they really have Fire Matt Canada and college signs. I'm sorry. I'm going with Io because, like you said, there's nothing really. I mean, I personally don't see it switching to Bianca. I know a lot of people favor Bianca and she just came back and all this stuff, but Bianca's just gonna keep rolling with the punches and go on her own little superstar journey. So I don't know if she's gonna actually get that title. She could probably go to Raw again or something like that, which I would really love, or even NXT. And I also think Io's going to win because they are going to. I think they're making a big way because I apparently saw something very interesting this morning. That there's a huge possible return for tonight, if not tonight, Monday, but it should be tonight because it's a big stage.
Mm-hmm.
It's international.
Mm-hmm.
And the rumor is that Miss Pirate Princess will be returning. And I would so be here for that rivalry. So keep that belt, Io, and give me Io versus Kyrie. I miss Kyrie, and I'm here for it. So if that's true, I'm down. But Io's my pick.
I think it's straight up Io the whole way for all of us.
Yep.
I don't see it any other way, to be honest. There's no reason for it. For what? I get it's Bianca, but like nothing. It doesn't make sense to put it back on her.
Yeah.
Let's give Io some wins. Let's have her.
Build her up.
Make a good run with this title. I hopefully they learned their lessons with a couple other people before that. So
yeah, definitely.
So far, it doesn't seem that way, but
and you had the whole shock factor in SummerSlam when she cashed in. So it's like, why are you gonna make her lose it after giving it to her in such a big way a year after debuting on SummerSlam? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So just let her keep it. Io.
Yeah, it's not gonna hurt anybody.
Yeah.
All right. Next match is John Cena versus Solo Sikoa.
John Cena.
Yeah. What is the point in Solo winning this match?
There's no
What
point.
what is the
I'm really Solo on Solo Sikoa winning then.
I think it makes it more interesting if Solo loses because now you have something that Roman's gonna get on his ass about.
Yeah.
And
Not to mention
how is he gonna take that as opposed to the way Jay and Jimmy act? Because Solo ain't going back down. Solo ain't no bitch. So eventually
Also-
that's gonna lead to that clash.
also like Roman's not scheduled to be at another pay-per-view this year. So
Yep.
you know John's not getting the title. Plus we don't know when the SAG-AFTRA strike is going to be over. Like I'm hearing that there've been some momentum but nothing concrete yet. So it could be next week, it could be in January for Royal Rumble. Like we don't know when that's going to end.
Yeah,
But
I heard him say that he doesn't want another title run. Like he's done. He's like,
Oh.
don't put a title on me. He's like, I'm not at that level anymore.
Mhm.
So that's why I'm picking Solo because he's like he's there just to let guys get better, look good, and all that stuff. Give the rub to a couple guys here and there, which is why I believe Solo's gonna win this one, and then he'll have that in his pocket and be like, "Yo, you beat Cena, so did I. So like, you're no better than me."
I think that win is going to be safe for SummerSlam because Roman's not going to be on TV or at least on pay-per-views for the rest of the year. So you need another major pay-per-view match for Solo at SummerSlam. So I think the win makes more sense at SummerSlam, especially because SummerSlam is the last like main roster pay-per-view for the year.
Yeah. The only concern is, like you said, though, is you don't know when that SAG strike is going to end. So it's if they can say, hey, look, Cena, can we have you no matter when the strike ends?
No,
till
he
SummerSlam.
said that he can't because he was in the middle of shooting a project.
Yes, that's the thing. Yeah.
So I can understand your logic, but I also think that there can be a go away angle where even if he loses this match, he looks strong in the go away angle.
Okay.
Or it could be a situation where John Cena wins and like breaks that streak, but Solo still stands tall. So like I think that there's a way to do it where you save both, but I'm still gonna go with Cena just because like I feel like there's a setup long term for Cena.
Yeah, Cena's got something like I don't know what it is, but I there's no telling how these guys are going to retire. We already know that Cena is on his way to closing that curtain and hanging the cleats up. Like we know that for a fact because he's making it clear in the way he talks, in his promos, and the way he's been, addressing the WWE universe personally and like almost breaking down tears somewhat. And shout outs to Cena for working it the way he does because even like that time when him and Umaga used to go at it. And when he kept messing with his throat and his voice was messed up. He had a ass voice last night for SmackDown, and I was just like, you know what? I don't care if you're faking it or if it's actually real, Cena. You sell that shit and you work it. Like I told Matt recently, like a couple of weeks ago when Cena came out. For some reason, I was just watching this guy come out and the music, and how it all happens, ba ba boom, all that shit. And I almost had tears in my eyes for a second.
Because it's almost over.
As much as I got sick of seeing you, I'm gonna miss your ass. I'm gonna miss your ass when you go. I am. And I think he does deserve a win, a singles win. He hasn't had one. He needs to break that streak and end it. Come on. Like if they're calling you the GOAT, you need to come on. Stop it. And by the way, that video I sent of him making that noise, that wasn't a goat noise. That was a donkey.
It was something, but it wasn't a goat.
It was a donkey. I even commented it. I put it under that. I said, first of all, Cena, that was not a goat noise. There's so many people laughing their ass off under the comment. But
yeah, I saw that.
But yeah.
Next,
Cena.
yeah. All right, so I'm Solo with Solo Sikoa then. All right.
Solo Dolo.
Yeah. All right. Next, we got Cody Rhodes and Senior Money in the Bank, Damian Priest.
You know what's wild about this one is that I feel like both guys still kind of need a win, but I think it's going to be Cody. Though it wouldn't surprise me if it was Damian, but I think it's going to be Cody because there's no title on the line and because of the angle later on in the night. I feel like it's going to be Cody, and it's going to set up an interesting little dynamic going forward.
I think that's a wild card match. It's like something is gonna happen there. There's a plot twist. That match is a plot twist to me. I realized that I didn't even say this in my voice messages last night about who I thought would possibly win this because I completely forgot about this match. But I will go with Cody. I need to see Damian Priest get a little more frustrated because we have been seeing it week by week with matches being made for him and how he ain't smiling all hunky dory the way he is with the crew anymore. I want to see an enraged Damian Priest just lose his shit and go out of control. And Cody is gonna bank on that. Cody's definitely gonna capitalize on that. Maybe JD, maybe Dom or Finn or JD cost Priest the match when they were actually trying to help him. Maybe that's the twist in that.
I'm torn. I'm a
Because
big ass
again, it
Priest
works
fan.
either way. Though. It works either way. That's the one thing about this match is that there's a story either no matter who wins the match.
Right.
Yeah.
There's stories everywhere. There's stories everywhere now. It's insane. And I love how they're doing it with the interactions while there's a promo going on up front. You see some shit going on in the back. I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah, you got to pay attention to everything.
I like this. But yeah, so Cody because it's Cody. And it's like, how you can't beat Roman Reigns and you can't beat Damian Priest. Like, really? You know?
Yeah.
Like, I'm torn. Like, I'm a big ass Priest fan. So it's like, I want him to win. But then I'm thinking storyline wise, like Jay, it's like if he loses, it sets up more storyline wise for other things rather than him winning. So it's like my heart says Priest, my mind says Cody. I have to agree with all y'all and say Cody because it's just storyline purposes wise, it makes sense. Like you guys are saying, it makes sense.
Sure of it all. Yeah.
Yeah. Next match, we got Rey Mysterio defending against somebody's favorite over there, Logan Paul.
I'm gonna let her go.
Y'all gonna make me say it. Y'all was gonna make me go first with this one. Y'all gonna make me say it. Y'all gonna make me say it.
No, because you ain't cursing me out. You ain't cursing me out. I'm gonna make you say it first before you curse me out.
No Sonata.
That's not.
All right.
I don't want that smoke. Sorry. I don't want that smoke.
So I am going to go with Logan Paul. I said it. Yes, I said Wrestling with Honey pick. Those of y'all watching live, or y'all will watch this back later. Yes, Wrestling with Honey has chosen Logan Paul. Not because she wants to. Not because she wants to. Not because she likes him. But because there's one thing that I want to happen. I want Logan Paul to win. I want him to take the title. I don't see anything going on with Ray. He's not even defending it. It's kind of stupid at this point. You need to get Logan Paul on Rey Mysterio to the point where everybody feels bad for Rey Mysterio yet again and make him a monster heel, piss the people off. Because when he gets that belt, he's gonna think he's all that. He's gonna want to throw out some challenges. And I want to see Cena answer that challenge. Just saying, for the future, just for fun and shits and giggles. That's the reason why I'm picking Logan Paul. That's the reason why. Because if I had to pick between Cena and Logan Paul, I will pick Cena. So yeah, but I just don't see any other direction going forward with Rey Mysterio because he hasn't done anything with that belt anyway. So Logan Paul.
I'm also gonna go with Logan Paul, and I'm gonna go 90% with what you said, except it's not Cena who answers, it's LA Knight.
Okay. I like that. But Logan, but then you're just gonna take it off Logan Paul right away?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I don't think it'll be right away.
I mean, again, you don't need to do it till Survivor Series or till Royal Rumble. Like, you don't need to do it until then. Yeah. But also, like, because Logan Paul's not gonna be around, it'll be interesting to see the dynamic of now you don't have two titles on the show.
Yeah.
And it becomes very you see how Logan Paul has to now interact with Nick Aldis. You know, how Logan Paul now has to interact with the superstars, how Logan Paul is going to have it on his podcast. So it's a matter of like, it's going to be great because it's going to be contentious because now what is anybody fighting for on SmackDown?
Right.
That puts SmackDown in a very difficult spot. And then there's also the possibility of an invasion angle that they teased. So it puts everyone in a very peculiar position, especially Nick Aldis, because if now your champion is not there, how do you go about the Survivor Series situation?
Yeah, you don't have your main or your mid card.
Mhm.
Yeah.
This is
So-
the way I'm look. I'll let you finish, and I'll tell you how I look at it. Sorry.
So I think that at some point, either on a random SmackDown or at like Survivor Series or something, Logan Paul is going to be so cocky that he's going to issue an open challenge. LA Knight, after the results of tonight, is going to be like, he's going to cut a promo and be like, you know what? I didn't get the gold that I wanted. And trust me, I'm going to come back and get it. But for right now, I think this gold is good enough. And then he's going to answer the call. And it's probably going to be a squash match. And LA Knight's going to beat Logan Paul for the U.S. title.
All right.
The way I see it is, again, I see this playing so many ways. I see it playing where you have Logan Paul winning and Ray losing, and then you have LWO be like, what the hell? And I think that's when they turn on him. They
You
the
want the
turn
LWO to be
the
healed
turn
so bad,
has
bro.
to happen,
They
bro.
need
You
to.
It has
you
to
want
happen,
the
bro.
LWO to be healed
It-
so bad, bro.
Listen, I agree with Paul. On that. I totally agree with Paul. On
It
that
has to.
because Legado de Fantasma and NXT when he was the lucha and when he was healed and they were on that mob Latino mob shit. I fucking loved it. I
Yeah,
love that.
it's
that
like they
cartel
neutered them.
shit.
They've been neutered.
Totally.
And then like you bring Carlito. Carlito, he could play a tweener, but I like him. I love him as a heel though. I love Carlito as a heel.
I'm waiting for him to spit in someone's face again.
That's what I'm
personally.
saying. And that's what I'm saying. Like you can't do that as a face, bro. Like it doesn't make sense.
Nah.
So I can see that Logan Paul wins, and if it does happen tonight, they might either turn on him tonight and LWO just flips the heel and kick him out, or it might happen like later down the road, like maybe in the next SmackDown or something like that. But the reason why putting the belt on Logan Paul is key is because of the fact he has his show. So then he carries the belt on his show. He brings more eyes to it, to people that don't know about it. Then you can tease matches with guests that he has over, like LA Knight, it's anybody else that's there. That anybody else you want to throw in there. You know what I mean? And then he just teases like, yeah, no, whatever. And then you can have like little brushes in there with his security and him and all this other crap. And you can tease it. So now it makes the wrestling fans want to watch his show. Like, what are we missing? So then, and then vice versa. His people watch the wrestling shows because like, oh, he's gonna defend it. You have the cross promotion going on there, so more eyes on it. So I think it's gonna last a little longer. He might beat some people that he shouldn't, but it's only to keep the eyes open on both sides. And I think it's either going to last till Survivor Series or Royal Rumble, but I see more Royal Rumble because Survivor Series is more like they're trying to make it more into like a cross promotion Raw, SmackDown, and NXT type of deal. So I think it'll last for Royal Rumble. So that's why I think we're all in agreement. Logan Paul wins it, and I think it's kind of the same reason for it, but I think we see different sides of it. Which is pretty good because let's see where they go with it. They could go all three in their own crazy way. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If they want to, because it's all storytelling.
Yep. And the next one is Rhea Ripley defending against Nia Jax, Zoe Stark, Shayna Baszler, and Raquel Rodriguez. Golly,
there's got to be Rhea because there's no one in this match that even remotely makes sense to break her to enter reign. Like there isn't anyone that, like, if you were ever gonna enter reign, it would make sense to do it in a 5-person match. But then who do you take again, she's the first of this current title's reign. She's the first champion. So when you take it off her, it has to be someone that makes sense. So who in this match makes sense? Because Zoe's not there. Raquel, sure. But she's already lost clean. Nia hasn't lost clean. Shayna hasn't lost clean to Rhea. So, and you haven't built Shayna up enough to be what she was in NXT. Nia, sure, but
Too soon.
It's too soon. Like, it's too soon after the return. So, like, I don't know what you do with Rhea after this, but I definitely just see Rhea retaining for now because, again, she's probably outside of Roman and LA Knight. Arguably, she's as hot as Cody. So,
Yeah.
you don't take the title off of somebody like that.
No.
Unless it makes storyline sense and you're doing the whole, like, flip on Rhea where, like, for example, if Damian then becomes a double champion, do you have Rhea lose the title to flip the whole narrative of, like, you can't be in the Judgment Day if you don't have a title type thing? Like, that's the only way I could see it happening. Because then at that point, that strips her of all her power in the Judgment Day, and then you give, for example, Damian the world title. That's a power dynamic shift. So I could see that being a thing, but I don't think that they would do it on this show, if that makes sense. I don't think they would do it on this show, but that's the only time I can kind of see it. Like, all right, I can see why you did it, but who you do it to is just as important, and I don't see anybody as that credible, especially because they seem to keep teasing the Becky Lynch versus Rhea Ripley match. They've constantly teased it since Becky's really been back, and when she had the NXT title, and the fact that Becky is now nowhere to be found after losing the NXT title. So it's like,
Maybe that's why they put the NXT title on her to keep her away from Rhea.
Right.
In a way.
But they keep teasing the proximity thing, so it's like, do you do it at Survivor Series? Does Becky come back and win the Royal Rumble? Because right now you don't really have a woman that you're like, she needs to win the Royal Rumble. Mm-hmm. So it's like you keep it on Rhea so that it's like, okay, Becky would be the first ever 2-time Royal Rumble winner. It may be boring for some people, but they don't have enough built outside. Like, the only other person that would remotely make sense would be Jade.
I was just going to say, Jade.
That's the only other person that would make sense.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like, are we going to hold off Jade's debut until Royal Rumble after you've teased her so much? Okay. That also doesn't make sense. So it's like,
yeah,
I would rather use Jade as, I'd rather use Royal Rumble to give Jade like a major feud going into Mania season, or to set her up for the Elimination Chamber to win the Elimination Chamber and go after the opposing title.
Yeah, like Jade has so much going for her, but build her up first. Don't
Yeah.
Like, the mistake that AEW made was they gave her the mid-card title, but never put her in the picture for the main women's title. Right. That was the mistake they made. WWE won't make that mistake, but the question is, how fast are they going to put that rocket on her?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't mind it, but like, come on, let's break her in a little bit, get her momentum going quick before we put her in there.
Which is why I do strongly believe that they should either do one of two things. They should either set her up to be, if they have a traditional Survivor Series match, set her up to be the sole survivor on whichever brand she ends up being on. Mm-hmm. And or you can set her up to be the Iron Survivor on NXT and have her win that Iron Survivor challenge and use it to challenge for a main card title. You can do it. You can do it that way. So, because then you have something for her to do in December, leading into January. So we'll see. But yeah, like I said, it makes way more storyline sense for Rhea to be there. So bad news. I have to peace. I have some things to take care of.
Oh damn.
It's been fun. I told you it's probably going to be a situation where I would have to hop off. You guys have my picks. Megastar out.
Later, Jay.
Oh
man. So he's got Rhea. Who do you have for this one?
I definitely have Rhea. I'm over Zoe. I am over Nia. I am over Raquel, and I am so over how they've done my girl Shayna, because she deserves better. She deserves. She did deserve. I thought they were gonna do something with it. It doesn't look like they're gonna do anything with that, and it's kind of upsetting. I feel like she's in the. I feel like she's like in an unspoken like shithole right now because of everything with Ronda, and she's just guilt by association. You know what I'm saying? Like, but yeah, it only makes sense for Mom to win. It really does. And she's the shot caller. I don't care what nobody says. She's been the leader of the Judgment Day after they did what they did to Edge and everything like that. Like she's the one who's pulling strings, making moves, and doing all this stuff. Damian Priest doing nothing but bitching. Finn Balor is all up JD's, you know, and Dom is just being Dom and just, you know, jumping on bandwagons. So eventually we're going to see that Judgment Day crumble. It will happen, but Rhea is not going to fold.
I think I agree. Rhea's going to win, and I think Zoe's there to take the pin.
Zoe to take the pin?
Zoe to take the pin. Because the thing is, you look at it this way. It's either Zoe or Nia, one of the two. I don't think Raquel's going to take the pin. You can't have Shayna take the pin because you're still trying to build her up.
Still trying to make her, and you want her to be tough. She's supposed to be a tough bitch. And
yeah.
Able to, like, you're supposed to put her up on a level where she's going to end up hanging with Rhea at one point or another. And
yeah. And I get it. There's like 4 other women in there or 5 other women in there, but it still doesn't matter. She's the type that she can brawl with all of them, and she'll be okay.
Whether they suck or whether they're small, whether they're big or tall, whatever it is. Yeah.
She's supposed to hang with no matter what the numbers are.
Yeah.
So she's not there to me. It's either Zoe or Nia taking the pin, because to me Nia is like one of those that now like she could win or lose, doesn't matter. It's not going to affect her.
Yeah.
She's on that level where you could put her on the title picture. You could take her out.
Right. And then also I wouldn't see Raquel getting pinned because it's like, all right, we've seen that happen already once or twice or 3 times.
Yeah.
Many, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you can't damage Raquel too much. Like you can have her take a beating, whatever, that's fine. But then you could be like, oh, it was like 4 other women here, boom, boom, boom. But you can't have her taking the pin. That's why I think it's either Zoe or Nia. Zoe because it's like, it's Zoe. She's just on the side or whatever. She's trying to get away from Trish. So you're still trying to build her.
I feel like this match is gonna slap a little hard because
I think so too. I think the women have a lot to prove in this one.
This isn't just like a usual women's match, and it's like these aren't the pretty girls up in here. These are the big tough girls, like fighting.
Some of the heavy hitters that they have.
And I like that.
That. I think this is going to be a sleeper match of the card.
It might be. There's gonna be a lot of good spots in there. I see. Where like it's gonna look like some women's war games type shit.
I think this is gonna be one for Zoe to kind of like separate herself a little more from the rest of the pack. Because if you look at this, you have Raquel, Rhea, and Raquel. Those are powerhouses.
Yes.
And you got Shayna, and you know what she brings. Okay, Zoe, what do you bring? You bring power, speed, and you bring athleticism. Now let's see it.
Yeah.
Like I think she's like a Charlotte, but more like a little rough on the edges. But I can see the potential when she cleans it up.
Yeah.
She can be on the same level and be a little better than Charlotte.
Yeah.
You know.
She just clean herself more. She just needs to clean it up more, sharpen her moves a little bit. Get better with the even with the reactions and selling and stuff like that. Like I feel like it was a little too much. She's not bad on the mic.
Oh no, her mic skills are really good, good. So it's like, and it all comes in time. Like it happens to a lot of wrestlers, like when they're young. And she had the injury; it took her out for like a year or so.
Yeah.
Also, so it's like that's lost time, unfortunately for her.
Yeah.
You know. So all right. So next match: Seth Rollins versus Drew McIntyre.
Oh my Lord.
Jay has Seth retaining on this one.
Yeah, he has Seth retaining. I know I'm always one to pick Seth, but I'm not picking him this time. I'm not going with Seth this time. That's my man. That's my dude. That's my Mr. Monday Night. Everybody knows I love you, my Seth. But I'm saying Drew just to make it interesting. 1 and 2. I want to see Drew with some gold. I want to see. I don't mind him putting away Rollins. Give Rollins some time to rehab, recuperate a little bit, rest that back up a little bit. Because Drew's a good name to leave that to hold that title, I think. And he's due for it. He's had a couple of missed moments already, and he was champion before. And I don't know. I would like to see Drew on his heel run with the title, because he didn't have that in NXT. He was the face. So he'll run Drew with the title. I think would be pretty sick. And then you can have Rollins go away for a couple months. Royal Rumble comes, or just before Royal Rumble, that's when Seth returns and everybody's all happy again, singing his song and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's gonna be the vengeful heavyweight hero, and he could probably get it back.
Yeah.
So, but
This
I'm
one's
going to make it interesting.
I'm gonna make it interesting. I have
Ooh.
Rollins winning, but remember how I said Priest? I had my heart, but my heart said he was gonna win
You
that
want
match.
you want him to cash in so bad, bro. You want him to cash in so bad.
He's gonna cash it in, and we know it's gonna be on Rollins because there's no way he's gonna cash it in and just take out Roman Reigns. I'm sorry, love you,
Yeah,
Priest.
no
You're
way.
my guy, but
If they did that, that would be crazy.
it would, but it's just like I don't
But you,
know.
Cody and Roman, you need to do that. You have to have that. You have to have that. So
Yeah, you have to.
Roman's not doing that. But
Yeah.
like I said, I can't see Priest. I mean, I can't see Priest holding that world heavyweight title. There's honestly not anybody I can see holding the title that Roman got right now besides Cody.
No.
Like, nobody really. Or, well, let me shut up. I'm not going to say him yet, but it's going to go into when we talk about Roman and LA Knight.
Because the way I look at it is you take the belt off Rollins. He gets his surgery done. He takes his time off.
Yes.
He could probably come back for WrestleMania season. Maybe be like, because I think it's good. I don't know, because Royal Rumble's still too far ahead. But it's like, who's gonna win that Royal Rumble match?
I know who can.
And the thing is, the question is if Cody wins it, how are the fans gonna take it that Cody won the Royal Rumble 2 years back to back?
In a row, yeah. I don't
You know
know.
what I mean?
I
So
don't
it's
know.
like,
Well, I don't know. I don't think that's going to happen that way.
so that's why I'm thinking like, Priest wins it, somebody else wins the Rumble, aside from Cody, that sets up Priest and whoever won that Rumble at Mania. It can't be Rollins because his back. I don't know how long that's going to take for him to come back from that back injury.
Like I said, I know, and I know one person, actually one other person, and I'm not talking about like Cena level, Brock level. I'm talking about somebody around right now who I've kept my eye on this man. I'm watching him on social media. I am like
Let's go.
hunting him.
Let's go to the main event then. Let's go to the main event.
Do it. I'm hunting this man because I know he's coming. Smell it. I can smell it. I can smell it. I can smell it. I can smell it. I know it. For some reason, I just feel it. Like, and I feel it in my bones. And I didn't realize it until a couple of months ago. And I'm just like, there's only one other person besides Cody Rhodes that can, and or LA Knight, that can hold Roman's belt. He has been a champion before in other companies as well, in WWE, NXT. Even though it wasn't a great run because it ended abruptly. He got injured. Give me Karrion Kross, please. Bring Karrion Kross up out of the smoke and shadows, please. I just need that music. I need that music to drop when Roman picks his hands up. I pick Roman. Roman is LA Knight's gonna get right away.
Can you imagine when Roman wins? Like, I'm picking LA Knight, Roman Reigns too. When Roman wins, you hear his song playing, and then in comes in tick tock to like
Just
cut it
start
off.
a big clock, like on the screen in Saudi Arabia, like the back screen, and just Cross standing there like this with smoke and Scarlett just laughing. Like, I need that. That is someone who can threaten Roman's reign. Definitely.
That would be
He's
a
hungry.
brawl.
He's hungry. He's ready. He's prime. He's in tip-top form and shape every time. The crowd doesn't react to him as much, but that's because they don't understand it. I feel like they don't understand Cross.
Because unfortunately, with WWE crowd and NXT crowd, the difference is NXT has a lot of the purest fans.
Yes.
In there, the WWE universe has a mixture of the purest fans plus the regular, casual fans. So for a casual fan, like you're saying, they're not understanding because I want it now. What are you doing? What's this? What's this? What's this?
Right.
Us purists, we're looking, we're like, okay, I see what you're doing. okay, where are we going with this? Like the
There,
patience is there.
there have been so many instances where Cross and Roman have faced off once. That was when he was interfering with Drew, when Drew was trying to come back for the title and Cross came back and he jumped Drew McIntyre. Cross is coming. They also had a face off with the Usos while they were tag champions a while back. He's already blessed them with their presence. The one thing that you have to understand about Cross's gimmick is time. Patience. You beware the fury of a patient man. He has wanted a WWE deal. He knew that he was destined for greatness when he came to WWE. They didn't book him right in NXT. They didn't do it right. But being on the main card, he's ready to deliver, and I know he can because he's great at promos. He has the gimmick. He has the hottest chick as his valet, and that's who's also his wife. And it's put together. He's polished. He's ready, and he's growing his hair out. He's growing his hair out because apparently I saw this a couple months ago that he's looking to get his hair as long as the Undertaker had it in the 90s. Now,
Damn.
that look on Cross versus a tribal chief, like you got that. That's almost like Drew and Roman, if not probably bigger than that. But
Yeah.
like a different kind of Cross and a patient Cross, and who's just been waiting in the wings. He's the only one that everybody has not mentioned at all, and I keep bringing it up.
Yeah, I know you do.
And
It's
I
always
won't
in that
stop.
chat. Me and Jay, I'm like, oh, here we go, Cross.
I won't stop because when I'm right, I'm gonna go, hallelujah.
You sound like my girlfriend.
I'm gonna be so right. I know it.
She's like,
I love Cross.
I'm like, baby, right? She's like, excuse me, say it again. What was I? I'm like, you're right. It's like,
Yeah. I love those words. But yeah, man. I am so Cross. I'm gonna edit a little bit of this. Karrion motherfucking Cross. Get your ass to that roster. Get that title. Win that Rumble. Watch this. Let these next couple pay-per-views piss you off even more than you have ever been in your life, because your time will come, sir. Your time is coming.
If it's not tonight, it'll probably happen on Survivor Series.
TikTok. Like, I need Cross to be like that little voice in the back of your head that tells you can't do it to Roman Reigns. Like, I need him to torture Roman Reigns and be like threaten to come out and not do anything. Like, I need him to pull mind games. I need him.
Wait, I forgot.
I need all of that.
Yeah, I just forgot. Jay said that this is the last premium event for Roman, so it has to happen tonight because he won't be at Survivor Series.
Oh.
Yeah, Jay said.
So,
Yeah, I just remember Jay because I was saying like, oh, Survivor Series. I just remember Jay said he's not going to be. This is the last pay-per-view of the year for Roman, and the only pay-per-view after this one is Survivor Series.
and they're saying he's not scheduled to be in another pay-per-view till Royal Rumble.
Yeah, so if anything happens, it has to be tonight.
So if the Cross thing doesn't happen, and if it happens at Rumble, that's possible too.
Set up for Mania.
Exactly. Save for Mania, because I remember if you look back on Cross's Instagram, and I've stalked many times.
Stalker.
Why is the Sami Zayn coming out? Cross had put up a picture of him and Scarlett, and it said Mania. One day, Mania. Like, it's gearing up for him. I feel like it's gearing up.
Yeah, and that's a long play story you can do too. You can start it tonight, and then you don't have to play it out until next year.
You can just know that it's coming.
Yeah.
Or WWE could pull something else on us, because there also is another person who can beat Roman, who has beat Roman, who can face Roman for the title, because he has done it many times and beaten him. They're in Saudi Arabia, right? This would officially be his first non-appearance in Saudi Arabia if he doesn't show up? Brock.
Yeah, but I think we're
I know
tired of that.
I'm tired of it, but we haven't seen him in a while, so people wouldn't. I don't think people would be upset. And Saudi Arabia loves Brock.
Oh, of course, yeah, but it's one of those where like, how much can you go to that well?
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
I
I
get
think
it.
it's dried up already.
I
But
get it. But
we'll
if
see.
but I'm here for Cross, man. Roman's gonna win. I love LA Knight. I feel like all of these angles are all geared up just to keep building everybody. Like what
Mhm.
what all of these storylines is doing is building everybody around them. I love
Yeah.
Triple H's fucking mastermind creativity ever since he's gotten a hold of creative direction because he knows what we want to see. He knows what we want to
Mhm.
see. And he delivers it. And he has a lot of patience too.
Mhm.
Like I noticed something that he said on the press conference, the last press conference that they did was, I have a lot of patience for these kinds of things. Like for, I like to drag the story out for as long as I can just to keep everybody on edge. And then once it finally happens and it freaking explodes and the roof goes over and everything.
That's what I'm saying. Like with the LWO turning, like it's like you if you're not paying attention, you know it's gonna happen. And
Yeah.
when it does happen, you be like,
Yeah.
because it's happening to Ray.
Yeah.
Two, because it's LWO and you know they're supposed to be heel. So you're like, about time, but damn, Ray, like you messed them up. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Right. And now you feel bad for Rey Mysterio. And then he's back to Booyaka Booyaka, like.
Yeah, and then
Oh,
I think you can play the storyline with him and Dom reconciling a little bit. At
mhm.
that point, we're like, yo, you didn't have to be my father up that bad now. You know what I mean? If they wanted to. If they wanted to. You know what I mean? So
Oh, man.
there's so much that they can do. It's
There's
crazy.
so many angles. There's so many angles. Or who's to say that Drew McIntyre won't because Rhea Ripley's getting in Drew and Seth's ear. Who's to say that Drew won't win and he could be part of the Judgment Day plot twist? Like there's so many different things.
That's what I'm saying, because the thing is he hasn't renewed his contract.
No, he hasn't.
He hasn't. So we don't know if
It ends just
if
for, I think.
I don't know, but the question is, does WWE is looking to renew him, or are they just trying to figure it out, or does Drew not want to renew? Like we don't know what's going on in those
Yeah.
talks.
Yeah.
Because if he doesn't want to come back and WWE doesn't want him back, whichever way is possible, they might just use him like in this part right here, where like he's just there to finish up some stuff, beat up people and whatever, you know.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I don't know. It's gonna be a wild one. I think this is gonna be a wild one.
This would be a good one.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure what to expect. I'm not sure what to expect.
No,
Because
this Sami Zayn JD, it's not bad. I'm watching it right here on the side.
yeah, me too.
So, all right. Thank you for joining us on this quick 45-minute show. Sami Zayn and JD are up, so go watch and let us know.
Yes.